What if I told you there's a sports betting algorithm so powerful, it's quietly generating over $1 million a day, completely legally? No insider tips, no match fixing, just pure math, relentless data, and one of the most sophisticated systems ever built to exploit the world's oldest form of gambling. This is the story of how a group of math wizards and data scientists turned cold statistics into a sports betting goldmine. We think of sports betting as luck, gut instinct, a hunch. But to the people behind this algorithm, it's not a gamble. It's a market. A massive, multi-billion-dollar inefficiency just waiting to be optimized. The public bets emotionally. Algorithms bet logically. And in a game ruled by emotion, logic always wins in the long run. This isn't fiction. It's real. And it's changing the way betting, and possibly all sports, will work forever. As AI and machine learning evolve, this kind of betting may become the norm, not the exception. The mastermind isn't some ex-athlete or shady bookmaker. It's a group of MIT graduates, Wall Street quants, and ex-Google engineers. They operate under multiple names, some public, some private. But insiders refer to them broadly as the syndicate. They started with Wall Street strategies, using quantitative models to predict stock movements. But markets were saturated. Edges disappeared fast. So they pivoted, applying those same strategies to sports betting. And what they found was shocking. Bookmakers, they realized, weren't using the most advanced models. Odds were often set using historical trends, not real-time predictive analytics. They saw an edge, a big one. And they knew how to scale it. At its core, the algorithm runs predictive modeling across thousands of variables: player stats, weather, referee tendencies, injury history, travel fatigue, even social media sentiment. It doesn't just look at how good a team is, it evaluates how they might perform in very specific conditions. It digests millions of data points in real time, updating constantly. Let's say an NBA player rolls an ankle during warm-ups. The public may not know immediately, but Twitter will. The algorithm catches it within seconds. Odds shift, but the algorithm's already made its move. It doesn't just bet on winners and losers. It targets micro-inefficiencies, over-unders, props, alternate spreads. It identifies where the public is wrong and where the sportsbook is slow to respond. It knows when the line is vulnerable. Their bets aren't flashy. They're volume-based. Hundreds, even thousands of bets per day across dozens of sportsbooks, exploiting even the smallest edge. They might bet $10,000 on a plus 1.5 spread at one sportsbook and hedge it at minus 1.5 somewhere else, locking in arbitrage. Other times, they ride momentum, betting heavily when they calculate that the line is skewed by public emotion. They use techniques like middling and steam chasing. In some cases, they even influence line movement by placing decoy bets to tilt public money, then hammering the opposite line once odds shift. It's not just betting. It's market manipulation, but fully within the rules. And when done at scale, those tiny percentage advantages grow exponentially. At their peak, this syndicate is rumored to pull in 7 figures per day in profit. Not revenue, profit. They employ hundreds of people: coders, analysts, bettors, and line shoppers. Their operation is global. Some teams monitor European soccer at 4 a.m., while others track American football and NBA games around the clock. They don't just win bets. They beat the market consistently, which is exponentially harder. And because they diversify their strategies, they rarely take massive losses. Their edge isn't just intelligence, it's insulation. And with advanced simulations, they can model thousands of scenarios before placing a single bet. Of course, sportsbooks aren't stupid. They've started catching on. Accounts tied to syndicates get flagged. Betting limits shrink. Odds get adjusted faster. Some sportsbooks outright ban certain accounts. To adapt, the algorithm constantly evolves. It rotates accounts, uses betting agents, places bets through proxies, and utilizes VPNs to avoid detection. They've also developed stealth techniques, like randomizing bet sizes, timing, and patterns to fly under radar. They've also begun partnering with betting exchanges and using high-frequency trading models, similar to Wall Street, bypassing traditional sportsbooks altogether. It's an arms race, and so far, the algorithm has stayed ahead. Here's the wild part. It's all legal, no rigging, no inside info. They're just smarter, faster, and more disciplined than the average bettor. Sportsbooks operate in the open market. If you can find inefficiencies and exploit them, you're playing by the rules. In fact, this type of algorithmic betting could soon be licensed. Some hedge funds are already merging with sports betting firms. Analysts predict this model could become the blueprint for institutional betting in the future. This could open the door for regulated betting funds, where betting becomes another asset class. Despite the tech, there's still a human layer. Data scientists constantly tweak the models. Traders decide when to go heavy and when to hold back. And risk managers monitor exposure across thousands of active bets. It's a symphony of man and machine. When the system flags a trend, say, a quarterback underperforming in cold weather games, it gets logged, weighted, and priced into the model. But someone still makes the final call. That human judgment can be the difference between a winning week and a wipeout. This blend of automation and intuition is what keeps the algorithm deadly accurate and endlessly adaptable. No system is foolproof. Upsets happen. Injuries can ruin a day. Unexpected variables, like weather delays or emotional player performances, still break models. But the algorithm doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be right slightly more often than it's wrong. And with thousands of bets placed daily, that small edge compounds, day after day, game after game, into millions. It's not about winning big. It's about winning often. As sports betting becomes legal in more U.S. states and goes mainstream, expect more of these syndicates to emerge. Some will sell access to their picks. Others will remain in the shadows, printing cash quietly. But one thing is clear. The days of betting with your gut are over. In the era of data, sports betting is becoming a game of precision, not passion. Algorithms don't sleep, and they don't root for teams. They root for value. We could soon see betting models integrated into broadcast commentary, fan apps, even fantasy platforms. AI might not just place bets, it might coach viewers in real time. This isn't just a story about betting. It's about how data, when used ruthlessly, can beat even the most human of games. The sports betting algorithm doesn't care about loyalty, favorite teams, or momentum. It cares about math. And the math doesn't lie. So next time you place a bet, ask yourself, are you guessing or are you playing against a machine that's already done the math? Because the smartest player at the table may not be human at all. If you found this story fascinating, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into the algorithms, scams, and systems that rule our world from behind the curtain. From Wall Street to the sportsbook, machines are learning, and they're winning. Until next time, stay smart, and always know what you're betting against.